Kanye on voit rien du tout. Ouah, je le vois. C'est la lumière, merde.
Looks like Katt Williams just lit a match under Kanye West's latest wild move at the Grammys. And trust, it's not just about fashion. People thought Kanye would finally calm down after getting with Bianca Censori. But nah, things have only gotten wilder. Kanye and Bianca have been giving off strange vibes for a minute, but the Grammys, that's where everything exploded. Kanye popped up at the event like he owned the place, dragging Bianca along, naked. No, seriously, not even close to dressed. Heads turned for all the wrong reasons, and folks online were instantly buzzing. But here's the kicker. It wasn't even a random fashion moment. According to Katt Williams, there's something way darker going on behind the scenes. Katt says Kanye is putting Bianca through some kind of humiliation ritual. Yep, he claims Kanye is trying to crawl his way back into the good graces of the powerful folks in the industry after his massive fall-off a couple years ago. And instead of taking the heat himself, he's allegedly using Bianca to do the dirty work. That's right. People are asking, why is she the one getting humiliated, not him? And some even think he might be using her to send shots at Kim Kardashian. The Grammys have always had their share of drama, but this year, the chaos hit a whole new level. We all expect messy moments, but nobody saw this coming. Word is, Kanye wasn't even on the guest list. He basically gatecrashed the whole thing, but even that wasn't the most shocking part. Wherever Kanye is, Bianca's never far behind, usually barely dressed. Remember that moment during Milan Fashion Week when she wore that tight leather one-piece that left nothing to the imagination? At first, it looked like bold fashion, but it's only gotten more intense since then. We've seen her in nude bodysuits, see-through raincoats with nothing underneath, and barely their thongs in public. People are calling it straight-up public exposure, just with designer labels. And there's another viral Milan Fashion Week clip where she left jaws on the floor again. It was giving shock value over style, and fans haven't stopped talking since. But back to the Grammy madness. Many people believe Kanye's probably blacklisted now after that stunt, but that's not even the issue. The bigger concern? Bianca. Ever since she linked up with Kanye, fans have been sounding the alarm. People online have been begging someone to help her. Even her family and friends got so scared, they tried staging a full-on intervention. Insiders say her friends finally got a chance to talk to her, but she straight up ignored them. No interest in their concerns, no interest in talking. And now we might know why. Rumors say Kanye's ultra-controlling. He allegedly has a whole list of strict rules for Bianca, like she can't talk, has to wear exactly what he picks, eats what he says, and follows his workout orders, even though he doesn't even work out himself. Insiders say he's convinced her they're royalty and made her believe she has to obey him like a queen with no say of her own. Creepy, right? But it gets even deeper. Katt Williams is saying Kanye's not just doing this on his own. He's allegedly taking orders from the top dogs in the industry. The same ones pushing these bizarre humiliation rituals in plain sight now. And sadly, Bianca's caught in the middle. She's just playing the role he needs her to play, even if it means stripping down on the Grammy red carpet in front of the world. Kanye tried to brush off the controversy, saying her look was inspired by the cover of his Vultures One album, where Bianca wears nothing but boots. But this time, no boots. No nothing. Just bare skin and a stare straight into the chaos. People are calling it one of the wildest moments in award show history, and that's saying a lot. But here's where it gets real spooky. Some fans are convinced Bianca didn't even want to be part of the stunt. A video taken from a different angle shows the two of them arguing before she took her coat off. It looked like Kanye was telling her what to do, pushing her to strip the black fur coat even though she clearly seemed uncomfortable. A lip reader on TikTok jumped in and claimed Kanye was pointing and giving her exact directions like, "Start here," while she hesitated. One moment, it looked like she was about to keep the coat on. The next, boom, she's fully exposed. Fans are now saying Bianca didn't want to do it, and it's looking more like control than choice. Make a scene. It'll make so much sense. Drop it behind you, then turn. That's what Kanye allegedly whispered to Bianca just before she ditched her coat and revealed, Yep, she had nothing underneath. If you watch the video closely, Bianca hesitated. She looked nervous, shook her head a bit. But a few seconds later, she dropped the coat like she didn't have a choice. And just like that, boom! She was standing there basically nude, right in the middle of the Grammys chaos. People watching were stunned, not just by what she wore, but by the fact that it seemed like Kanye was commanding her. He didn't even let her out of the venue until she went through with it. That's not just controlling. Some fans are calling it straight up disturbing. Whispers are flying that Kanye's pulling all these moves because he's still obsessed with Kim Kardashian, and that he's manipulating Bianca to play out some twisted fantasy. Ever since Kanye got with Bianca back in 2022, people have been side-eyeing the relationship, wondering if he only married her because of how much she looks like Kim. And real talk? This isn't even the first time Kanye went after someone with Kim-like features. After the breakup with Kim, almost every woman Kanye has been seen with looked like some kind of Kim replica. It got obvious when he started dating Chaney Jones. She had the same style, same facial features, just a more tanned version of Kim. People were literally mistaking her for Kim in public. But things really got bizarre when Kanye married Bianca. When photos of her hit the internet, the public thought Kim and Kanye had gotten back together. Imagine the jaw-drop moment when it turned out, nope, that's a completely different woman. And ever since that reveal, Bianca's outfits started vanishing little by little, until we ended up with the Grammys stripped down. That moment cemented just how far things had gone. They didn't even stay long at the event either, because reportedly they weren't even invited, and after pulling that shocker of a stunt, word on the street is they got kicked out. Honestly, can you blame the Grammys for that? But what's wild is that shortly after, Kanye was seen bragging to paparazzi that they beat the Grammys. Meanwhile, Bianca was right next to him, again in barely their tights and a thin jacket that felt more like a punchline than a fashion statement. Once again, she stayed totally silent while Kanye did all the talking. Fans are seriously getting worried. It's giving hostage vibes. Rumors are flying that Bianca's being turned into what people are calling a radicalized Kim 2.0. Like he's not just styling her, he's full-on rebranding her into someone else. What's even crazier? This whole thing isn't new for Kanye. He's been called out before for doing the same thing to his exes. Kim, Julia Fox, and Amber Rose have all shared stories of how Kanye used to take full control of how they dressed. Allegedly, he'd tear down their sense of fashion and make them feel clueless about what they wore, even when they had their own signature looks. There's even that famous moment on Keeping Up with the Kardashians when Kim said, "I always thought I had really good style, until I met my husband and he told me I had the worst style." And when she won Fashion Icon at the People's Choice Awards, she thanked Kanye for pulling her into the fashion world. So, if he's done it before, why would anyone think Bianca would be the exception? The only difference now is that it's not just fashion. It's a full public spectacle. And people are asking, how far will Kanye go? At first, it seemed real, like Kim and Kanye had this powerful, creative bond. But after their divorce, Kim pulled back the curtain and revealed just how deep Kanye's control really went. She admitted his constant criticism triggered panic attacks. She said, "I got to a point where I would ask him for advice on everything, down to what I wear. Even now, I'm having panic attacks like, what do I wear?" That was after she hit her first Met Gala solo, without Kanye by her side. Kim described the experience as both scary and freeing. It was her first taste of independence in a long time, but allegedly, it got that bad because Kanye used to shame her anytime she stepped out in something he didn't approve of. One moment that's resurfaced is Kanye trashing Kim's 2019 Met Gala wet look by Mugler, a nude-toned dress that wasn't even see-through. Now fans are comparing that moment to what Kanye forced Bianca to wear at the Grammys, which was nothing at all. That's when people started pointing fingers at Kanye's double standards. Like, how are you gonna bash Kim for a fitted dress, but drag Bianca out completely exposed in front of the world? Allegedly, Kanye picked Bianca not just for her looks, but because of her resemblance to Kim. Fans are convinced he wanted someone with a similar body and face, just to use her as a way to get revenge or carry out what he wished he could have done to Kim. Based on how Bianca's outfits, or lack thereof, have gotten more extreme by the day, people are saying there's no way this is just about fashion. Nobody's that comfortable being turned into a walking shock moment every time they step outside, fans are saying. Some are calling it out loud. Bianca is just being used to play out what Kanye never got to force on Kim. And honestly, if Kanye had been able to control Kim like that, there's no doubt she might have ended up in the exact same situation Bianca's in right now. If this is supposed to be fashion, most folks are saying, count me out. But here's where things get even darker. Comedian Katt Williams has been warning people about this stuff for a long time. According to him, when celebs start losing clout or want to gain favor with the top players in Hollywood, they're made to do wild, embarrassing, humiliating stuff, just to stay relevant. If grabbing attention was Kanye's plan with the Grammy stunt, it definitely worked. Reports came out afterwards saying Bianca was the most Googled person at the entire 2025 Grammys. Not even Beyoncé's historic Album of the Year win could top the buzz Bianca stirred up. That's how wild this whole thing was. But if you believe what Katt's been saying, this wasn't just a shock tactic, it was a humiliation ritual. He's been exposing this pattern in Hollywood for years. Allegedly, elites demand these over-the-top stunts to keep celebs in check and remind them who's really in control. Katt even mentioned the infamous dress ritual that's supposedly been going on in Hollywood, especially targeting black male comedians. In his viral interview on Club Shay Shay, Katt dropped bombs, saying Martin Lawrence tried to put him in a dress just like so many others. He brought up that viral SNL skit where Kevin Hart wore a dress too. Katt said, ain't nobody been to a sold-out Kevin Hart show in 15 years, and next thing you know, he wears a dress and becomes a household name. And guess what? When Kevin was once asked if he'd ever wear a dress again, well, we'll save that part for the next piece. Kevin Hart once said you gotta set boundaries to protect your brand. But not long after that, boom, he was wearing a dress on SNL, and suddenly his career skyrocketed. That moment had folks raising eyebrows because, if you've been paying attention, a lot of stars blow up right after doing something humiliating in public. It's no coincidence. Like Katt Williams pointed out, these so-called rituals don't stop with comedy. The same way Kevin wore the dress, Kanye is allegedly forcing Bianca into his version of a humiliation ritual. Why? Because he needs attention. He needs to stay talked about. And guess what? It worked. Bianca Censori became the most Googled name during the 2025 Grammys. You can't mention her without bringing up Kanye. But the scary part? Allegedly, Bianca's not doing this willingly. Word on the street is she's been so brainwashed, she can't do anything unless Kanye gives the green light. Reports say it's gotten so bad, people can't even talk to her unless Kanye's standing right there. One of Bianca's friends told Daily Mail, Bianca is stuck. We're trying to save her, but Kanye's put up blockades around her. Another friend added, this isn't the Bianca we knew. She used to be full of life, outspoken, and now she's silent. It's terrifying. People are even comparing Kanye's grip on Bianca to the disturbing story between Diddy and Cassie Ventura. That same pattern of control is showing up. Full dominance over her clothes, her body, her voice, her entire life. Some fans even say Kanye doesn't just silence her, he shuts down any sign of her old spark. Just look at that awkward moment at the Grammy after party. Bianca started singing Adele's Rolling in the Deep, and Kanye sat there, dead silent, eyes glued to his phone like he didn't even want her to shine. Public or not, he wasn't feeling it. And don't forget that clip where a fan tried to talk to her. He asked for her number, and the look on her face, nervous, hesitant, like she wanted to engage but couldn't. And it only gets darker. Katt Williams once said Kanye always tries to look like the good guy, hiding behind mental health issues. According to him, that's one reason Kanye married Kim, to clean up his image. Now, people are saying if the truth ever comes out that Bianca was being forced, Kanye might still dodge consequences by blaming it all on his mental state. Oh, he's unstable, people might say, but isn't that exactly the problem? Kanye's been hyped up for so long, the public made him think he was untouchable. He even said it himself. Who do you think invented cancel culture? He bragged about it. And now, here we are. Bianca on the red carpet with nothing on, looking like a deer in headlights. Her face said it all. She didn't want to be there. She shook her head, not once, but twice, before finally giving in. So yeah, people are saying she's basically being held hostage. Kanye wanted a scene, and he got one. He made the headlines, caused the chaos, and then disappeared. Just like that. And according to Katt Williams, none of this was random. It was planned. Every bit of it. Now, Katt's theories might sound wild to some, but honestly, in Hollywood, the truth is often stranger than fiction. We've seen weirder, and we've definitely heard crazier. So now, I gotta hear what you think about all this. Is this just Kanye being Kanye? Or is there something way more sinister going on behind closed doors? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the latest tea. We've got even more drama coming your way, so tap that bell, and I'll see you in the next one.